Hey guys, Frozen Stag here, and welcome to the America's Hot Seat time lapse and overview. Now, obviously, you of course just watched the time lapse, and I hope you guys have all enjoyed. And we're going to be giving you an overview of the America's Hot Seat and basically explain what transpired. So, we go for the players. Playing as Spain, we have Danius98, and playing as the Aztecs, we have Honorian, who was eventually replaced by MT Explorer. The Mines being played by Donald Trump. The Apache tribes being played by RP Fighter. The Chichimit tribe is being played by Karasis. The Tlaxcalans being played by Timeriot. And the Tarascans being played by Tutush Samad. So, let's get into it. Okay, here we are at the Aztecs turn, which is the last turn that was sent. And obviously, this is the turn. So, I'll go over what happened. The Apacheans started off, obviously, with the Apache camp. I always find this little bit over here really useless. Unless you're playing as like a European nation, I think you can, only way you can get to it. So, it's always a bit, just wondering what the hell that's doing there. But the Apacheans obviously expanded quite considerably. They expanded very eastwards as well. Something a little funny, on this turn, the French have arrived. Which is, kind of funny. And now we've gone from turn 1 to turn 21. So they've been playing for quite a while. This has currently ended in this, what, 1st of December. And this, I believe this hot seat started in July, I believe. Or no, it was no, yeah, it was July. It started this hot seat. So it's been on for quite a few months. So the French have arrived. The Spanish did invade Florida and take some of it. You can see the Apaches, who have become quite powerful, just beat the shit out of them. And that was that. So obviously the Apache expanded over here. They also took out some Chichimit lands, which we'll get into in a bit detail later. We have the Tlaxcalans, who were around for a little while. Didn't really do much, I'm afraid, which is the Tlaxcalan faction is really pointless sometimes. Because, especially in a hot seat, they die so quickly. It's just really, it's like I wonder if there's any point in giving them control of a player because they just die so quickly. So the Tlaxcalans died. So yeah, the Mines and Spain were at war for a bit until I think the Spanish player, the Spanish player was Rubens at some point, who didn't play that long. I think he got into a war with the Mines, and the Mines kept assassinating his generals, and then Rubens left, and then Danius took over, and him and Donald, I think, actually are allied in other hot seats as well, and they sort of added together and immediately went after the Aztecs. Obviously, Aztecs did have territory down this area, which, as you can see, the Mayans and Spanish dealt with them very quickly. And obviously, the Mayans and the Spanish formed a bit of an unholy alliance, because obviously the Spanish are very powerful, not resolved, and can't really be defeated, really. So, and obviously the Mayans joined together. Big alliance, those two against, and obviously attack the Aztecs. Eventually, the Aztecs and obviously because the Spanish and the Mayans would tear the Aztecs to pieces, and as well as everyone else, because obviously they have cannons and all sorts. The Aztecs actually formed a bit of a coalition. Back when Honorian was playing them, well, no, the coalition formed just not long after Honorian left Aztecs. So the coalition consists of the Chichimit tribes, the Apacheans, the Tarascans, and the Aztecs, all joined together to defeat the unholy alliance of the Mayans and the Spanish. So, which is kind of cool. I did suggest that to them to do a coalition if they wanted to give themselves a bit of a chance, really. So they joined a massive coalition against the Aztecs, and then MT Explorer took over as well, and he obviously joined the coalition, and that's where it all started. It was all quite a laugh, and obviously the Spanish War ended when the Apache armies, as you can see, there's a lot of them. I don't know if the Tarascans actually got involved there, but the Apacheans had a battle over at Veracruz with the Spanish. I think the Mayans I mean, there's a full stack here and some armies here, which they could have used, but they wouldn't have been able to beat the combined forces of the coalition. So yeah, the Spanish eventually got defeated at Veracruz, and the Spanish couldn't do anything. The Mayans were the only one holding it, and eventually the Mayans would have fallen. So Donald and Danius, who were the players, all just surrendered as the Mayans and Spanish and just conceded defeat. So story-wise, Spain lost control of the colonies and never establish a colony. Maybe France might do what they can, but who knows? Because after the Spanish and the Mayans surrendered, the coalition disbanded, and out of the let me talk about the Chichimics. So the Chichimics held these 3 areas here. They had I don't know if there was a war between the Apaches, I'm not too sure on that, but I think the Apaches had a bit of war with them. And then the Chichimics sort of let them take these 2 regions, I think, because the Chichimics then joined the coalition against the Aztecs, not against the Aztecs, against them. And the Chichimics said, right, you can have these 2 settlements and just leave me be, I think. And obviously, as you can see, the Chichimics went down took 2 full stacks with them. And that was it, essentially. I think the Chichimics was going to get territory up here, and I don't know why they gave over their settlement so easily. I figured they would have kept it, but yeah, I'm not too sure. The Tarascans obviously took rebel settlements, these 2, I believe, and that was it. They didn't do too much. I think the Tarascans allied themselves to the Aztecs. I think they were going to go help or something. I'm not entirely sure what was going on there. I know they didn't attack the Chichimics. Oh, sorry. So. Yeah, the Chichimics obviously just let them have those settlements, which is a bit odd, but there you go. I'm sure you can ask Carasis yourself why he decided to give those settlements over. I did speak to RP about it, and I think it was just to do with some sort of alliance or something. I'm not too sure. But, yeah. So, when the coalition disbanded, the Apacheans, who were being controlled by RP, and obviously RP and... what's his name? Tush the Mad, won this Hotseat. And the reason it was because the Apacheans took advantage of the coalition, took out the Aztecs armies very quickly, conquered these 2 regions, laid siege to Tixla, to Hucan, and Tololan was already being attacked by the Chichimics. And I think actually the Chichimics actually were vassals to the Apacheans, I believe. I think they just offered them vassalship and accepted. And obviously the Tarascans sort of allied themselves with RP immediately with the Apacheans, because the Apacheans have loads of armies. Got this full stack here, no full stack there, 2 full stacks there, or just half a stack, I guess. 2 stacks there from the Tarascans, 2 stacks there, another half stack there, and as you can see. The Aztec MT immediately surrendered because he knew there was literally no hope, which is nothing he could have really done. He could have just... No, there's nothing he could have done. Didn't have any night fighters here. Don't know if he had any night fighters, actually. Let me have a look. Because there might have been away from the dirt, but no, I don't think he had any. So, there wouldn't have been much MT could have done, but he just surrendered, which was fair enough. So yeah, that was that. That's the basis of the Hotseat. The Spanish and the Mayans took over this area as well, but they didn't do much of it. Obviously, there's no real border of anything there, so you know. So yeah, RP and Tutush won the Hotseat. If they had come into blows with the Chichimics, which I don't think that would have happened, because I'm pretty sure that they were vassals of the Apacheans. So yeah, I think that's how that went. We'll go for each faction to show you what happened. But that's the main story of it all. So, yeah. The Aztecs did actually... The Aztecs had an alliance with the Tarascans at one point. But the Tarascans then betrayed MT and decided to join with RP. So, yeah. New Spain obviously allied with apparently the sons of Kukulkan. Which, I don't know who the hell that was. But, fair enough. And the Apacheans renamed themselves to the Apachean Empire. Which is kind of cool. I do believe the Apacheans and the Tarascans were divided up the land and gone from there. And then eventually the Chichimics may have got some more land, maybe. I'm not sure what would happen there. And then obviously the Mayans and the Spanish would have been divided and all that. And then the French would have been pushed back, I think. Is what would have happened there. Because the Apacheans and the Tarascans would have just got very overpowered and just beat the shit out of everyone if they wanted to. Which obviously they're not going to, because they're practically won. But so yeah, looking at the Aztec famine, okay, we've got Emperor Moctezuma, which was one in charge. He died of the plague, actually, because yeah, the plague was a thing. One thing I forgot to disable, because I completely forgot that warpaths was a thing. I completely forgot to disable warpaths. I completely forgot about it, which is really silly of me. But so yeah, that's probably why That's why RP won the hot seat, is because he had the warpaths on. But for the next America's hot seat, I'm gonna have the Spanish disabled because the alt resolve chance is a bit OP, and warpath will be turned off. So the Aztecs had quite a big family. A lot of people died peaceful. That was ages ago. Died in battle, assassinated. And let's see, these two down here. And the rest died in battle, died of the plague, died in battle. So quite a few people died of the plague there. Which is, I completely forgot. Let's get the skip AI movement on. And we've got the Sons of Kukulkan, which were controlled by the AI at 1 turn, so there might be a few things that are mucked up for them. The family tree, apart from this guy, seems rather intact. So, yeah. Bolin Tiku is still alive, he's 60. So, yeah, I don't know who the Sons of Kukulkan were, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, as you can see, they did have one full stack here. They actually have quite a decent... They would have put up a decent fight. I mean, look, they got half stack here, army there. So I'm surprised that Donald sort of just gave up, really. I mean, he probably could have done some real damage if he got on all his troops to the front line. And I mean, the Spanish, I can understand for them leaving because, you know, they had no armies and they couldn't really do anything, to be honest. They did have, actually saying that, the Spanish did have an army in these ships. So I do think that the minds of the Spanish gave up very easily. I feel like they could have just fought it out, but then again, if RP didn't have warpath, they probably would have done. So yeah, that's the mines. And moving on to the the Tarascans next. And their family tree was very... The Tarascans were very, like, neutral in this war. I did feel like they would have gotten involved a bit more. But they were very peaceful, I guess. So yeah, they just stayed allied with the Aztecs. I don't know if they did much. I don't think they did much against it, to be honest. I think Tatush just chilled, and that was that. Didn't do much. There's all the Apache Empire and war going on. So that obviously happened in the last turn. Tarascans probably would have just attacked that, I think, and probably gone for that. Maybe use their spies to get in. They probably would have used their spies, I'd imagine, to get in. But yeah. But yeah, the Tarascans had quite big armies. Didn't do too much, but again, the family tree is rather intact. That's why. That is why they didn't get involved. The Chimics, they're rather intact, so that's good. Karma is still alive. So as you can see, the Chimics were here. They were actually still at war with the... No, they're not anymore. Okay. Interesting. And then you got Agupalam Camp, which is the last settlement. They did give it up them. I felt a little bit too easily, but yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a whole reason about that. I'm not entirely sure. I probably should have asked before going to recording, but oh well. Looking at the family tree for the Apaches, quite extensive. We got the chief. Oh, there you go. Ignore that. There's a bunch of talk of desertion. Okay. Chief Losaka is in charge, and he's got his family and etc. They're all in a good state. This guy died in battle though, so they lost a battle there. I think they did have some Mayan Spanish who kicked their ass a bit, and then eventually the Apaches turned up reinforcements and crushed Spain and the Mayans. So they fell very easily, and obviously got the French up there, who didn't do nothing, and won't... My god, look how many armies he's got. Spies and armies, my god, look at the French. Oh, we have come to offer you a trade agreement. I'm pretty sure the French... Yeah, the French are going to attack. So that brings us back to the Spanish. Oh, no, I didn't show you the Spanish, though. My bad. Let's have a look at this, shall we? Viceroy Diego survived the whole thing. Pedro Velazquez, I think, died in battle. Berenguel died tragically. I'm sure must have died in a storm, I'd imagine. Governor Jesus is in charge. I don't remember Spain having a family tree. I think they did, actually. Yeah, yeah, I imagine they would do. Yeah. So, oh yeah, Spain had a bit of an army. I think this must be a reign. Wait a minute.
Ever hungry for more?
Oh right, there was I forget Spain has like these armies that like appear out of nowhere. So Spain could have yeah, I did feel like Spain and the Mayans could have still won or tried to win.
Your orders? Yes.
But yeah, but anyway, that is essentially it, really, for this hot seat. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Again, if you are interested in getting involved in hot seats, feel free to click on the link in the description, which is my Discord link, which will take you straight to my server. And on there, we host hot seats all the time. Currently, we are looking for. Oh, okay, they're going to go attack that, I think. But yes, so we are looking for hot seats most of the time. Currently, we are doing a replacement hot seat for this, so America's 2. This is what we're calling it. So the only difference with that hot seat is that Spain won't be playable, and the war pass will be disabled, and everything else will be similar, I'd imagine. There is actually another little mod actually I found, which I won't use for the America's hot seat. I may use for a separate one if I feel like it. Is a mod actually, and I do have a video on it, a mod preview on it, which will probably be uploaded at some point. It's not going to be uploaded anyway. It's not been uploaded recently, but I'm sure we'll get around to it at some point. Where the French and the English and the Portuguese start off in the new world straight away, and you can actually play as them, which I think is kind of cool. Of course, you can do it if you edit the files to make that the English and the French turn up on turn 1 or turn 2, and you can play as them. But it's quite a nice little mod, and I think it's definitely worth playing or doing a hot seat on. It's quite cool, especially playing for a series as well. So yeah, we're obviously looking for an America's hot seat, and we're doing a Teutonic 2 hot seat to replace the previous one I did a video on this week as well. So yeah, we're looking for players for that, and I've also started my alternate Grand Campaign hot seat, which I mentioned in the last last video on the Teutonic time-lapse thing. On the hot seat for that, I mentioned we needed players. That's been filled up now and has now started, which is excellent, fantastic. And we are also, which is another hot seat, which is being hosted and being admin by, well, I'm hosting it, but by an admin by your boy, who, for those who don't know who your boy is, or he's Urban Hoplite, he is the lead developer of Lucium Total War, and he is actually starting up his own little hot seat as well. So please do check that out. We've got some players already for that. But, of course, I'm going to invite some more people to join that at some point. But that's also one if you want to get involved with that. And then, what was it we were doing? Yeah, he's also editing the map, the Destrat file, to change some things. Feel free to contact him directly and he'll tell you what he's changing and all that. But from what I know, he's changing it so like the Spanish and the Portuguese don't have any colonies in America. And the same with Africa as well. So it makes it a bit of a scramble to the Americas and the Africa and all that stuff, which I think is quite a little cool. And I love the way he's done that, and I definitely might have to use this Destrat file to make my own little series on it as well. So yeah, that was all for now. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for listening. Sorry if it goes on a little bit longer. That's just videos. I do tend to get carried away, but that's to be expected. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this hot seat and overview, and I will see you later.